Hi, Juggalo family. You should know who I am by now. Um, I'm coming out on behalf because I was going through YouTube and I found some shit that I would really like to discuss that needs to be on the board across the world. Um, I had a Juggalo that was talking about it here on YouTube. His name is AxeDude22, and he was talking about child abusers and child molesters. And this is about the hardest thing for me to talk about right now because it still gets to me nowadays. I'm 27 and I have been abused. I have been sexually abused. I went through a lot of shit in my life that no child should have ever had to go through. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of juggalos and juggalettes out there that have been through the same thing. Um, when I was 22 months old, I was taken away from my family because I was being neglected. Um, my father was an abuser. He'd abused my mom. My real mother used to make herself fall down the stairs to try to lose me when she was pregnant with me. She would drink. Um, when I was 22 months old, I somehow or another I climbed up in the sink and turned on the hot water. I really don't know how that's possible, but especially when there's not a mother that's watching their child. So mothers, if your child is roaming around, walking, crawling, etc., please watch that child. Make sure that they're safe at all times. You know, um, especially you fathers, make sure your child is safe. Um, to do with child abuse, it makes me sick to sit there and watch a grown person, a grown adult, someone that's bigger than a child to beat up on them. You're beating on a child that cannot defend themselves. Um, if you want to beat up on somebody who's an adult like you. Go tell them that you beat your children. I think you're probably scared because you know damn well that you'd probably get your ass whooped. Um, it's very hard to sit there and watch anybody being on a child. I had to defend myself more than once when I was removed from my mom and dad's house. Um, I lived with my aunt, who I call my mother, and I claim her children as my brothers. And I was abused. She would hit me with brushes, hangers, boards, well, like a paddle board, probably about a thick, about that big. And the only way that I could survive with the pain is to sit there and laugh at her. I mean, that's the only thing I knew how to do when I was a child. Um, I mean, she did it because, yeah, I did something wrong, you know. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna beat your ass just to beat your ass. Um, but it got to the point where she didn't listen to me about her boyfriends when they would hit me. Um, I had one of her boyfriends grab a yardstick and smack me with it. I've had one of her ex-husbands literally come to me and bust my nose open. Um, I had one of her boyfriends, I was defending my little brother. He smacked my little brother, and I decked him in the side of his face because he hit my brother. I tried to talk to child care services, and they didn't want to listen to me because my aunt at the time had them believing that I was a compulsive flyer, and today she's still a foster parent. I don't know how that's possible. I guess the state of Illinois don't really give a shit about their kids. Um, Now I have a friend and that I've known for years. I'm very close to her children, and I stopped talking to her for a couple years, and that because some shit happened that she was told that wasn't true that I supposedly said. And when I came back into her life, I ended up finding out that at the age of 5, her daughter's father penetrated her at 5 years old. And it got to the point where I tried to force her to tell me where he lived so I can go after him. And she begged me not to, and I told her I wanted to. She wouldn't listen to me. And out of respect of her, she told me not to, so I didn't. Every night, her daughter has nightmares about what happened when she was 5 years old. It's about the hardest thing. I mean, she's got to put up with visits from her father and stuff like that. The court system won't do nothing about it because they said that he's not from the States, that he's from Mexico, so there's nothing they can do. I believe if you're from another country, that you should be the same, get the same treatment as any child molester or abuser does. I believe that these child molesters need to have their hormones take out. I don't know if you can do that. I believe that if you're a male and you are a child molester, that your dick needs to be chopped off. And, if you are a child molester or anything, then you need to just take a bullet to your head because you're not worth living in this world. You ain't shit. You have to fucking sit there either beat up on girls or little children or little boys or molest them just because you think you're cool and you think you're a man because you like it. You're a sick fuck, dude. Um, if I were to see anyone that's beating up on their child, I'd be the first one to go up to them and beat the fuck out of them because you know what? I don't believe in people that abuse their children. Um, I've watched so many things, so many people go through so much shit. Um, as Axe Dude 22 was saying, don't fucking abuse your children because you got abused. It's not their fucking fault. Yeah, treat them with respect. Treat them with the love that they need that you didn't have. Make their life better. Um, and another thing I want to mention is about some of you females out here that are doing drugs and drinking while you're pregnant with your child. You really need to stop. You need to let it go. Let all that shit go. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your child's life. If you think it is worth your child's life, then you really need to die because you know what, dude? You should not fucking do that shit. That child has a right to come in this world and survive. Um, that's the reason why God gave him to you or that child to you, period. And that I'm 27 years old and I have no kids. I've never been pregnant. And watching you mothers out here that do abuse your children or let somebody abuse your children, it really kills me. Because, that could be my child one day. And, I would want to protect that child. I wouldn't want nobody to harm that child. I wouldn't even want to harm that child. So, for anyone to harm their child or even think about harming their child, dude, seriously, kill yourself. Or give them to somebody that will care about them and be there for them like you can't be. Um, I have seen a lot through my years of seeing child abusers and everything. Um, I got people in my family are child abusers, and I discriminate them. I can care less about them. Um, there's one person in this world, before I wrap this up, there's a girl on here called Juggalette Jules. She's been going around saying that her baby died. She has no idea why, blah, blah, blah. I know Juggalette Jules myself. Juggalette Jules, when she found out she was pregnant, she still sat back, was popping pills and drinking. And I asked her not to do it. She kept on doing it like a dumbass. Now she's going around on mocospace.com where you can affiliate with all your Juggalo family and other people across the world. And that, because Juggalos don't have computers, and some of them do have cell phones to get on the web on their cell phones, so it's like the best place to be able to associate with your Juggalo family. But she went towards one of my homies and told him that ICP killed her baby, which wasn't true. She killed her child. She decided she wanted to do drugs and drink when she was asked not to. So, if you're a child abuser, please end your life now before somebody finds you, ends it for you. And Juggalo family, I hope none of you guys ain't no child abusers. And if your husband or your boyfriend's a child abuser, get the fuck out. If your girlfriend's a child abuser or your wife is a abuser, get the fuck out. Grab those fucking kids and leave, please. I'm begging you. Children do not deserve this. Whoop whoop.